power grid fails. The temperature drops to freezing. You have no fire, no heater, no sleeping bag. Most people would panic. But here's the truth nobody tells you. Your body is already a 100-watt furnace. You just need to stop the bleeding. What if I told you that surviving extreme cold has nothing to do with making fire and everything to do with physics, trash, and your own biology? In the next few minutes, you're going to learn 6 science-backed methods to survive freezing temperatures using nothing but your body heat and whatever debris you can find. No matches, no gear, just knowledge that could save your life. Because when the cold comes for you, it doesn't care about your excuses. It only cares if you know how to fight back. Welcome to Crisis Horizon, where we turn survival knowledge into your unfair advantage. If you're serious about being prepared for anything, hit that like button and subscribe. Because this information might be the difference between waking up tomorrow or not. Let's start with the most overlooked survival tool you already own. Right now, as you're watching this, your body is burning calories. You're converting food into movement, thought, and most importantly, warmth. On average, your metabolism radiates about 100 watts of heat. That's enough power to keep you alive indefinitely if you understand one critical fact. Survival in the cold isn't about generating more heat. You're already a heat factory. The real challenge is stopping that heat from escaping. The cold steals your warmth through 3 brutal mechanisms, and each one is trying to kill you right now. First, there's conduction. When you sit or lie on frozen ground, the earth absorbs your heat like a vampire draining blood. The ground is massive, and it's hungry. Second, there's convection. Wind strips away the thin layer of warm air around your skin, accelerating heat loss with every gust. And third, there's radiation. Your body constantly emits infrared energy that dissipates into the environment. Invisible, but deadly. Every strategy you're about to learn targets one or more of these heat thieves. Your mission isn't complicated. Plug the leaks and keep your internal furnace burning. Now, you might be thinking, why not just make a fire? Here's the reality. Fire is fragile. It needs fuel, oxygen, and dry conditions. In a storm or wet environment, fire is a luxury you can't count on. Smoke betrays your location. Light attracts attention. Wood runs out. But your body, your biology is always there, running on fat, carbs, and pure stubbornness. Feed it, hydrate it, and most importantly, insulate it. That's the game. So let's reframe the mindset right now. You're not trying to create warmth out of nothing. You're trying to trap what you already have. And once you understand that, everything changes. The first method is turning your clothes into a walking sleeping bag. This isn't just layering for fashion, it's pure physics, and it could save your life. Start with your base layer. This needs to wick moisture away from your skin, because wet skin is a death sentence in the cold. Water conducts heat 25 times faster than air. 25 times. That means if you're sweating or if moisture accumulates against your body, you're bleeding heat at an exponential rate. Wool or synthetic fabrics are ideal here. Cotton, forget it. Cotton retains moisture and will accelerate heat loss. If you're stuck with cotton, you need to find something else, anything else, to layer over it. Next comes insulation. Fleece, down, crumpled newspaper, dry leaves, anything that traps dead air. And this is crucial. Air is one of the best insulators on the planet, but only if it's still. Moving air is convection, and convection is your enemy. So whatever you use for insulation, make sure it's trapping pockets of air that can't move. The more dead airspace you create, the warmer you'll be. Now add a windproof shell on top. This is where trash becomes treasure. A garbage bag, a tarp, even an old poncho scavenged from a dumpster. These can make you weatherproof. The goal isn't to look good. The goal is to block wind and trap your precious warm air inside. Here's a trick most people never use. Stuff your jacket with extra insulation. Dry grass, shredded paper, foam from a seat cushion, cram it between your layers. You're building thickness, creating more dead airspace. You might look ridiculous, but you're also not freezing to death, so there's that. And cover your head, always. There's a myth that you lose 90% of your heat through your head. That's been debunked. But your head is highly vascularized, meaning it has a lot of blood flow near the surface. Losing heat here can impair your judgment, and that's when people make deadly decisions, like shedding layers when they feel hot, a symptom of hypothermia. Keep your head covered. Use a hat, a hood, a towel, a plastic bag with holes for breathing, whatever it takes. When you layer properly, you're essentially wearing a sleeping bag. You're mobile, functional, and your body heat is trapped where it belongs. Method 2. Build a debris hut. If you're caught without a tent or sleeping bag, nature provides everything you need to survive. You just have to know how to use it. Start by finding a long branch to serve as your ridgepole. Prop one end on a tree or rock at about waist height. This is your spine. Now lay smaller branches along both sides of the ridgepole like ribs on a skeleton. You're creating a frame that you'll crawl into. Once the frame is up, it's time to insulate. Bury the entire structure in leaves, pine needles, grass, moss, anything dry and organic. Pile it on thick. We're talking at least 2 feet deep, and more is better. This isn't a roof to keep rain off. It's insulation to trap your body heat. If you can still see the frame clearly through the debris, you don't have enough. The interior should be tight and claustrophobic.
If you can stretch out comfortably, it's too big. The smaller the space, the more efficiently your body heat will warm it. And yes, it's going to smell like decomposing forest floor. That's how you know you've done it right. Now, critically important, insulate the floor. Pile more debris inside where you'll lie down. Never lie directly on the ground. Conduction through the earth will drain your heat faster than anything else. The ground is a massive heat sink, and if you're lying on it, you're feeding it your warmth all night long. A well-built debris hut can keep you alive in sub-zero temperatures. No fire required. Just physics and nature's trash. Method 3, the Mylar Burrito. Those shiny emergency blankets and survival kits aren't gimmicks. They're radiant heat reflectors, and they work on a simple principle. Your body constantly emits infrared heat, and Mylar bounces it back. Most of that infrared energy normally vanishes into the environment, but wrap yourself in Mylar, and you're creating a thermos-like effect. The heat you radiate gets reflected back to you instead of escaping. It's elegant and it's effective. But here's the key. Don't just drape Mylar over yourself. Wind will shred it. Instead, layer it between blankets or inside your jacket. Use it as a ground sheet under you to block conduction from the cold earth. Tape it to the walls of your shelter to turn the entire space into a low-budget sauna. If you don't have Mylar, get creative. Aluminum foil works. Reflective bubble wrap works. Even a car sunshade with the shiny side facing in can work. Science is just expensive trash that happens to function reliably. In survival, there's no difference between a $5 emergency blanket and a strategically placed piece of foil. Both reflect infrared. Both keep you alive. Method 4, the water bottle radiator. This is bootleg central heating, and it's brilliant. If you have access to any heat source, a stove, sunlight, even a recently running car engine, you can create a portable radiator. Fill a durable bottle with hot water, not boiling, or you risk melting plastic or burning yourself, just hot. Wrap the bottle in a sock or shirt to prevent burns. Then tuck it into your sleeping bag or against your core. The water will hold heat for hours. As it slowly cools, it's radiating warmth into your body. And when it finally reaches room temperature, you have drinking water. Zero waste, maximum efficiency. But what if you don't have a heat source? Here's where it gets interesting. Fill a bottle with whatever water you have, even cold water, and tuck it against your stomach or in your armpit. Your body will slowly warm it. Once it's warm, move it to your feet. You've just become a human-powered heat pump, cycling warmth to your extremities without burning extra calories. Your core generates heat. Your extremities lose heat. This method redistributes that heat efficiently. It's low-tech, it's elegant, and it works. Method 5, the cardboard cocoon. Cardboard is everywhere, and it's full of tiny air pockets, which makes it perfect for insulation. First, use it to block conduction. Flatten boxes and layer them on the ground under you. The cardboard creates a barrier between you and the cold earth. Multiple layers are better than one. You're building a mattress of dead airspace. Next, kill drafts. Tape cardboard over windows to block wind. If you're desperate, you can even wear it under your jacket like medieval armor. Yes, it looks ridiculous. No, you won't care when you're not freezing. If you're stuck in a vehicle, line the interior with flattened boxes and cover the windows. You're essentially building a cardboard cave that traps body heat and blocks wind. The metal shell is a terrible insulator on its own. It conducts heat away. But add cardboard, and you've transformed it into a viable shelter. In any city, cardboard is as essential as duct tape for survival. It's free, it's abundant, and it can save your life. Use it without shame. Method 6, the Huddle. This is primal warmth, and it's based on a simple truth. Shared heat is survival. If you're with others, get close. The cold doesn't care about personal space. Huddle back to back, side by side. Share blankets and sleeping bags. 2 people in one sleeping bag will stay warmer than 2 people in separate bags. This isn't comfort, it's thermodynamics. You're creating a shared microclimate where both bodies contribute heat and both bodies benefit. Animals understand this instinctively. Penguins huddle in sub-zero Antarctic storms. Wolves piled together in dens. There's no ego in survival, only physics. If you're alone, minimize your surface area. Curl into the fetal position, knees to chest, arms wrapped around them. The less skin you expose to the environment, the slower you lose heat. It's uncomfortable, but it's effective. And if you have a dog, congratulations! You're sleeping with a 101-degree furnace that comes with its own fur coat. Dogs radiate heat constantly, and they're more than happy to share it with you. Use that advantage. Now, let's talk about maintenance, because surviving the night isn't just about insulation, it's about keeping your internal furnace fed and functional. Your body needs fuel to generate heat. In the cold, you need to eat high-calorie foods. Fat and carbs are your best friends here. Fat contains more than twice the calories per gram as carbs or protein, and both are efficiently converted to heat. If you're rationing food, the cold is not the time to diet. Eat. Your metabolism is working overtime and it needs fuel. Hydration is just as critical, and most people overlook this. Dehydration impairs your body's ability to generate heat. Your blood becomes thicker, circulation slows, and your core temperature drops faster than anything else. The ground is a massive heat sink, and if you're lying on it, you're feeding it your warmth all night long.
Cold suppresses the thirst response, so you can't rely on your body to tell you when you need water. Stay dry at all costs. Wet clothing or wet skin accelerates heat loss exponentially. If you get wet, you need to dry off immediately, even if it means sacrificing comfort or modesty. Strip off wet clothes, wring them out, and let your body heat dry them if you have no other option. Dryness is survival. Wetness is death. Every layer counts. Every scrap of insulation matters. Every method you use compounds with the others. You're not choosing one technique, you're stacking them. Layer your clothes, build a debris hut, wrap yourself in Mylar, use a water bottle radiator, insulate with cardboard, and huddle if you can. Each method plugs a different leak. Together, they create a fortress against the cold. And embrace the trash. Survival isn't about having the best gear, it's about using what you have. Garbage bags, cardboard, aluminum foil, leaves, grass, this is your arsenal. The cold doesn't care if you look like a lunatic wrapped in trash bags and stuffed with newspaper. It only cares if you're warm enough to see morning. Finally, trust your biology. Your body is designed to survive. It's been doing this for hundreds of thousands of years. Humans have outlasted ice ages, crossed frozen tundras, and colonized every climate on Earth. You carry that legacy in your DNA. Your job is simple. Feed it, insulate it, and let it do what it was built to do. The cold is relentless. It doesn't negotiate and it doesn't care about your situation. But you have something the cold doesn't: knowledge. You understand conduction, convection, and radiation. You know how to trap dead air, reflect infrared, and plug every leak. You know that your body is a furnace, and survival is just about keeping it burning. When the night drags on and the temperature drops, you're not shivering helplessly. You're layered, insulated, wrapped in Mylar, lying on cardboard, with a water bottle radiator against your core. Your body heat is trapped, your extremities are warm, and your core temperature holds steady. Your brain still works. You're not just surviving, you're winning. And when the sun rises and the cold retreats, you'll know something most people never learn. You didn't get lucky. You won because you understood the science and refused to quit. 6 methods, 1 principle: stop the heat from escaping. No fire needed, just physics, trash, and your own 100-watt biological furnace. The next time the temperature drops and the power fails, you won't panic. You'll plug the leaks, you'll layer up, huddle down, and outlast the cold. Because now you know survival isn't about gear, it's about knowledge. If this video changed how you think about survival, smash that like button. Subscribe to Crisis Horizon and hit the notification bell, because we're building an army of people who refuse to be victims of circumstance. Drop a comment: which method would you try first? And what survival topic should we cover next? Stay prepared, stay smart, and remember, you already own everything you need to survive. Now go prove it.